Okay, we're live. Okay, well, I just want to start off by thanking everyone for coming out, and we're gonna get started on making a trading card of yourself. So the goal is put your name, draw a nice picture of yourself or a bad picture of yourself. No, just anything, just doodle, and then say like what your interests are, what you like to do, what you're interested in, doesn't matter. And we'll just have a few minutes to do that. And when everyone's done.
I guess for everyone online, you won't be able to do well, you could draw if you would like, pull some paper and do a little drawing of yourself, a little sketch. And then if you want to write down some of your interests or about views that you'd like to share, we're gonna do a round robin.
This is great.
What do I look like?
I feel like everyone's just gonna draw a stick figure of themselves.
Yeah.
And try to resemble their hair, and that's gonna be
Mask
about it.
on, mask off.
See, this is what mine looks like. It's
I've been
nothing.
caught.
I don't know what to do.
I think it looks exactly like you. I would definitely put that out.
Yeah. Should frame that. Oh boy.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Okay, mine's bad.
Oops.
I am.
It'll be better than mine.
And that was a mistake.
Yeah.
So I
I did with
make
mine with
something
pencil,
real.
but.
Can't really undo. You know that character Ziggy?
Thank you.
I could never, I had
Ziggy?
once, but
No.
not.
It's like old
maybe
comic.
not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is actually long.
Or Doug, you know Doug.
My
Yeah,
hair used to be
that Doug knows.
I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's, yeah,
I miss my hair being that long.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I miss my hair.
I'll work with it.
Oh,
But I
that's a
like
sick
to
one.
hear.
do. Oh,
That's
wow.
all.
Yeah, maybe
That
like.
looks great.
I love
That's
that.
a-
Right now, my hair is like right here.
I like the yellow
I
squiggle
hate
in the middle.
I just like how
Oh,
strong
I
it
hate
is.
it. Oh, I love
Very
your
big
back.
on the
Yeah.
I had no idea, so you're welcome.
Oh my, okay.
We didn't hear you, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that. Mine should have looked like that.
That's a good drawing.
Oh, is everyone
Yeah,
finished yet? No, Araceli.
Or I could keep adding.
He's wearing
Let's
it.
go on.
Keep going for hours.
Yeah, hours and hours.
Okay, so now, well, we could do this one of two ways. We pass it on to the person next to us and they share it out, or we can all share ourselves. And so, what do you guys want to do?
Share ourselves.
Okay. We'll
So
do that
unless
way.
I'm gonna read about someone else.
Either way.
I like your drawing.
Yeah. Are we sharing ourselves?
Show off.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
I guess I can do as an artist in the room.
true.
Okay, well, here's my drawing of myself. Very basic. That's me, that's what I look like. My interests include, making jewelry, I like to make jewelry a lot, and then hanging out with my cats. That's all I could come up with, I was looking for a third, but that was it for today, so. Would you like to go next? Sure. Okay. I'm in Caselli. I can't draw, but this is me with my mask.
Hey, dude, that looks exactly like you. So good.
I even had my little piercings and stuff in there. My interests are writing, reading, camping, video games, dogs, Marvel. That's about it.
That's good looks.
Is everybody online here, okay? Okay, awesome. Carry on.
Well, my name's Elena. My real name's Juliana. So this is me. I don't look like it, but it's a basic drawing. So I don't really know what to do with
You
that.
did great.
So my interests are different cultures, languages, math, and psychology.
Oh,
Cool.
we have a similar one. Let's find out what time it is.
What?
We have a similar one.
That's cool.
So this is mine. And one of my interests is art. And that,
So yours is better than ours.
yeah. So video games, reading, movies, and art history too.
Yeah, so following that one, my name's Christian and this is me.
Hey.
Good.
This is it.
I got a sign,
Yeah.
What does the sign say?
YDSA. It's the organization I'm here for. And my interests are politics, history, nature, animals, movies, video games, music, all the stuff.
Cool. We love that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Pablo. This is a little drawing of me myself.
Good one.
I have Subway, coffee, and water. Some of my interests are watching TV. I used to do a lot of extracurriculars in high school, so I'm trying to see what's on campus. And I like food. Thank you.
Same.
I'm a big food sport.
Yeah.
Food is good.
I'm pretty anti-food, actually.
It's
Lies.
controversial.
Yeah, controversial. Base take.
Mhm.
Do you have a specific type of food or place of food?
Oh, I love my mom's food, obviously.
Okay.
So we're Mexican, so Mexican food for sure. But really, I like to eat all
Wait. Mexican food? What you guys?
Well, my favorite food is like beans. I just love all kind of beans.
Just like plain beans, just like eat a
Little
whole.
beans with like rice and like eggs and like tortillas. Yeah.
Like the black beans smashed up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, I'm Ashley. This is kind of me. And I like reading, hiking, veggies, and rocks.
Go rock hunting at the beach.
Oh, yeah. Kind of everywhere I have my eyes out. It's
Yeah.
like, that's the one thing I'll bring home wherever I go. And like, it just doesn't have to look or feel special, but you know, I find meaning in it.
See, that explains why you have rocks on your desk.
Dude, everywhere.
So I saw them, I was like, oh, interesting, rocks.
Yeah.
This is me. I look a little crazy. I have a camera. My interests are photography, psychology, like her, and graphic design.
Cool.
Very cool.
I present you guys stick figure Araceli. I made my drawing outside because I am a spring child. So I'm waiting for spring. So some of my interests are reading. I have been into video games lately, like Genshin Impact, so once you're in, you can't go back out, say that, and I disagree. Yeah.
This is an intervention, actually.
Oh, really?
We knew you were gonna say that.
Oh. I like watching movies and anime. Lately, I've been into baking.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that's about it.
What have you been baking?
Oh, I'm trying to do strawberry cake. So far, trying to find a good feeling for it. So hopefully I'll find the right one. for me. I'm a repeat
So we're gonna be eating cake.
one day.
Good to know.
Well, I want to say, hey, thanks for coming out. I'm Becca. I forgot to say that. I screwed it up.
Oh,
Anyways, I'm the communications director of Student Alliance. And just wanted to give a little intro to what we are, because I haven't seen like many of you guys here before. But basically, Student Alliance, we've been changing a lot lately, which has been really exciting, and I'm really nervous right now, sorry.
Oh.
So we've been looking for a lot of ways and trying to pinpoint ways that we can better serve students. And so we've taken a lot of time for team building and goal developing and also like student outreach, reaching out to students through email, through our newsletter, and trying to discover the thing that we need to do. So we found that one of the things we needed to do was to shift our approach to student and community engagement and make it engaging and whatnot. So we're really working towards being more in tune with what students need here, and how we can make things that happen that are actually affecting students in a positive way and have some meaning to them. And I'll flip my index card. One of the things we're focusing on this semester is making an open environment and just having an engaging experience with other people. Through like this town hall event and then other events that we're throwing. So last semester we had these town halls twice a month, and it didn't really work out the way exactly that we wanted it to be, because it wasn't super engaging and we were really stressed about planning them out and making it really worthwhile for students who wanted to come. So, and then we still have all of our other responsibilities to balance, but yeah, so we decided that we really wanted to start doing one town hall a month. And this would be the first, next would be midway through February, but it'll help us balance everything and like also bring to you guys a more meaningful, fun kind of hangout sesh that's just chill. Outside of town halls, we do some other events around campus that you'll see on Raider Connect if you go on there. I hope you go on there. Raider Connect is cool. But a huge focus this semester especially is to advocate for the student voice and like try to bring ideas and projects and developments that are actually gonna like effectively impact students all over campus and online, and that are gonna be long lasting and sustainable. And really excited about that. We're really excited about the feedback that we've already gotten from some people. And we're working on some things already, but yeah, a huge like purpose of us all being here today is kind of just talk about student life and what it means to you, and like kind of talk about a lot of things, but yeah, just get a gauge of like what student needs are, what needs to be happening on campus, what doesn't, all that. I'm all over the place right now, but that's a summary of who we are, what we do, and why we're here. And I'm gonna hand things over to Brendan. Brendan's virtual today, but we have some orders of business that we actually have to conduct first. So yeah, go ahead, Brendan.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, Brendan, we can hear you. Can we get some intros from our online guests?
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to start with. If that was okay. Sorry. Awesome. So I'm Brendan. I'm the president of Student Alliance, and I do have a drawing for you guys because I was like, why not? And I made the drawing. So give me 1 second. This is my drawing.
Nice, very epic.
Cool shirt.
Thanks. I tried to play join along with you, but a couple of my interests are sports, social media, movies, and listening to music. And yeah, I'm the president of Student Alliance, so that's for my drawing. So before we go into our business, I'm going to turn it over to the people in audience to introduce themselves if they want to talk a little bit about themselves. Aya, you're first.
Hello, my name is Aya Gulayim. I am the president of Phi Theta Kappa. I just draw a simple one, smile face, and my interest is listen to music and social media, and I'm very family person. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amanda. I'm currently the president for Asian Student Union. This is my little figure of myself. Looks like a elderly lady, but my interest is science fiction movie, scuba diving, or any outdoor activities. I would love to do, like playing tennis or playing pickleball or just go outside and build a snowman. Yeah.
I like that drawing.
Okay, I'm Morgan. I am one of the advisors for Phi Theta Kappa. This is my drawing. People recognize me by my super long hair, and I'm normally wearing Phi Theta Kappa gear. Interests, obviously Phi Theta Kappa. I was a student and I'm still involved 6 years later, but also photography. I'm a photographer. Music, food, and dogs. And when I say food, I mean like good food. Like I am always on the hunt for like something that actually makes me excited to eat food. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys that were sharing virtually. It's nice to have you guys all here. So back to what we were talking about. So part of Student Alliance is we help maintain the campus like student life budget. So we have allocation requests, and therefore allocation requests are like any funds for like student organizations / clubs that access for like your clubs. So if you want to, like back in the day, you used to use it towards travel, or if you want like snacks for like an event you're hosting, or products for events, or like items for events you need, that's where you can use that. And we used to vote on them every town hall if we have one, if it's more than $1,000, and then less than $1,000, our EVOR team votes on them. And that's basically a more quick summary on like what the allocation requests are. And we do have to vote publicly as a group. So I think the first thing we're going to vote on today or talk about is just our town halls being once a month versus 2. If anyone wants to talk about that, like what's your guys' thoughts about having a town hall on your perspective, like once a month versus 2? Like what do you guys see as our peers? Like what would that be easier for you, or what would you like to see?
Any thoughts in the room?
Well, I just happened to be here today. It's out of a whim, so I didn't realize it was today. I don't know that it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in support of the once a month. I think, you know, it just kind of shows the value for people's time, and just to make, I know the communications director mentioned something about, you know, there's a lot of effort that goes into the meeting, so I think it would just be best to keep it at once.
And if we need more, we can always add another one in a month.
Yep,
We can also just add more months.
Yeah, we'll just go all
I
out.
don't think that's how.
Just create a
That's
new
not
month.
what I meant.
We can, like brainstorm month names.
It's a bold idea. I like that.
Anyone virtually have any thoughts?
I have a question for everyone, I guess. From your club standpoint, what would you guys like to see, like from a club standpoint, as like a student organization, like representative of your club, like what would you guys like to see or accomplish during our once a month, if we're only meeting once a month versus 2?
I like the idea of like running through the agenda. I would have liked to know the agenda prior to the meeting. I feel like that could help me maybe gather my thoughts.
I agree with that.
So the agenda is live on Raider Connect, so we try to make it available prior to the meeting. I guess if you didn't know that, you wouldn't have known to look for it. But it's also something we could print out and have here on site too, like as you walk in. I don't think we consider that. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll definitely make that like more available. You mean like agenda for like when events are happening, or like agenda for like what we're actually doing during the like meetings?
I was referring to the meetings, so I only found out through Instagram. So
Thanks for following. Appreciate it.
Do you like and comment on all the pictures?
yeah, I mean, I just got here, but it's pretty.
Happy to love it.
Awesome. Does anyone have like any questions they want answered about like town halls in general, our new structure or what not? Or any opinions, thoughts?
Brandon, so I think one question that will probably come up often for like student orgs would be like, how would allocation request work if they sort of like put it in like the application after a meeting? How would that work for them? If you mind explaining that.
I was gonna get to that. I was talking about the town hall. Thank you. Anyway, so since we usually vote on them for the general public if it's more than $1,000, and we usually have one every other week, we would try to see if they start a general meeting just to vote on it and see if who can make it would make it or not. So say if one comes in Friday and we're not meeting for like another 2-3 weeks, we can put it on a schedule and put like the Van Raider Connect and have you guys join virtually that way and get a group together that way. If that makes sense for you guys.
I have a question. So if you needed something for your organization, would you be able to like request money for it? We're allowed to do that?
Yeah, you have to be an active organization
Yeah,
to
obviously.
receive funds, but yes,
I was just out of curiosity.
there's a campus activities budget.
Okay.
So $10 of every tuition dollar, like per student,
Okay.
for full-time status is compiled into a campus activities budget.
Okay.
So you do the math, that's a pretty healthy budget for student orgs and different engagements and offerings we have on campus.
Okay.
And the form is also on Raider Connect, or you can find it on the GRCC website too.
That's what I was just gonna say. So yeah.
I think we should probably take a formal vote on the town hall. Brendan?
Yeah, that was next. I was just making sure no one else had any questions or comments. Any last minute questions or comments before we vote on this new structure for town hall and everything? Okay. So can I have someone that is in favor for the town hall format?
I mean, like in favor, over to one.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
You mean, all in favor of all of us switching over to one town hall a month instead of two?
Yeah, we just had to push it down. We do a group vote. We have to have 2 backers and vote.
I vote for it. You?
I second that.
Awesome. And then at this time, if you want to do, if you agree and want to continue with one town hall a month, raise your hand for the vote.
Wait, what? I just voted on one town hall. Yeah.
We have to have someone forward the motion first.
Love it.
It looks like it's pretty unanimous.
Yeah. So
I'm an advisor, I can't vote. I
Yeah.
support it.
yes.
Everybody else.
So Becca, one town hall per month, it looks like. And at this time, we also have an other allocation request, and it's with the GRCC food pantry. They're requesting $10,000 to maintain offerings for the food pantry. Student Alliance has supported the pantry for years, and it's grown in the last few years. And we're wondering if you guys want to, like,
Hey, Brendan?
Hey, Brandon.
yeah, sorry.
You're touching your microphone, so we're like hearing a lot of gusto, like try to like not touch it.
I'm not even, I don't even have a microphone. I'm sorry. It just must be my connection. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like not working.
Yeah, sorry, it must be my connection. I apologize. But anyway, I'll just rewind then. Sorry about that. So we have an allocation request in for 10,000, GRCC food pantries, requesting $10,000 to maintain the offering. So, and Student Alliance has supported the pantry for years and has been recently generous. And right now we're just trying to get more people, we're getting more students and more and more students to participate in the food pantry and everything. And so they were requesting $10,000 to help keep the food pantry up to date and stocked and everything. Anyone have any questions about food pantry, comments about food pantry?
Question, is the person that oversees the food pantry a paid position?
So the food pantry is kind of an unofficial, official offering. So it's currently a college action project that multiple people from multiple departments support, but it's a project, so it's not yet institutionalized. So multiple people support it, but it doesn't have like its own budget, if that helps.
Alright.
Yeah.
Any more questions or comments or anything? If we don't, then I think we can go to voting then. So Brandon, if you want to start that off then?
Do we have someone that supports the $10,000 for the food pantry first? Awesome. Do we have a second?
Second.
Awesome. And then
Oh, okay.
at this time, we're gonna vote for the $10,000 allocation to food pantry. So if you're okay with the $10,000 for the food pantry and say yes, raise your hand so we can get a show of hands. All right, there we go. Well, what the food pantry know and get that set up with them. So that's basically what allocations work. And we sometimes when you have a smaller one, we have $1,000 or less, they get voted on in our e-board. So that's Becca, Araceli, and Lewis and I. Any questions about allocation request or anything in general about we just went over?
I'm just wondering, for the $10,000 for the food pantry, is that way more enough for a month?
I think it's for the for now, so like for the year or something, or just like until they have the supplies they need. So it's like a one-time thing.
Okay,
Yeah, Amanda, I think this will help sustain things until the fall semester. I'm not sure how they might divvy the funds, but this should last a few months.
Gotcha.
I have a question concerning the budget. I know it was mentioned it was $10 per class or student. So like, is that like public information to know the budget?
It's at like 90-something thousand, but yeah, there's like a web form online that you can check. And it has like everything that we spend it on too. So if you want to be like, what are they doing with this money? Like it's all.
Full transparency.
Okay.
Yeah, if you log into Raider Connect, maybe Brendan can walk us through where to find that on Raider Connect when you first log in. Maybe you don't know about Raider Connect. It's our one online involvement portal, so you can see all active student orgs, events on campus, news, that kind of thing. And so the campus budget, the activities budget lives there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So would you guys like me to show you where to go very quick?
Sure, we've got a question while you're pulling that up.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a question about the food pantry. Has the food pantry ever provided like, I don't know, winter clothing items or, you know, the different things, maybe like text or notebooks, school supplies, stuff like that?
There is currently a project we're hoping to pull off for this semester to provide like a clothing closet. So we're getting there. I say we because I do help support the pantry in some capacity. And then school supplies, not so much. I don't know that that's ever been brought up. So we haven't explored it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So campus did just have, I know this was earlier this week, they did just have like a welcome back week and they were giving away like notepads and highlighters and pens and pencils and like basic school supplies. I think that was that in the student life office?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. But the food pantry does like a lot of other things, like they even provide like toothbrushes, toothpaste, like toiletries, diapers, baby formula. Sometimes it just really depends, and there's always usually a mixture of non-perishable and like frozen and fresh items.
I know they do diapers.
Yeah.
I know that much.
Yeah.
And I guess just one more question then. Our organization is new, but we were definitely looking to try to support the food pantry in some sort of capacity. So it's, how should we go about that?
Yeah, I would encourage you to connect with Lina Blair from Student Life. I think Lina could help you, you know, support the pantry in whatever ways
Because we were thinking of like maybe
whatever
going
that
out and like asking for donations for like stuff like, winter clothing was our first idea. but
Right.
really just anything.
Yeah, let's start there.
Cool.
Awesome. So do you guys want, I'll show you guys how to get there. So give me a second to share my screen. Just, 1 second. All right. All right, do you guys see my screen?
Mhm.
Okay, is that on the student life page? I just want to make sure I'm on. Cool.
I would go to that login page, because you don't have to click this far, but you could.
Like, click on the GRCC Raider Connect button.
Okay,
Yeah.
it just brings me to all my stuff. So this is my homepage. You go to organizations. I'm just gonna go from if you're like, this is your page.
Hey, Brendan, you already missed it. It's on the homepage.
Oh, okay, it is. My bad. I'm sorry.
It's the top yellow alert on the far right.
Yeah, on the right, there's that blue link that says annual budget. And
Okay.
those, that includes like all the funds that groups have already asked for and like, where some of that money go. It's just full transparency.
Show you the budget right here. I thought I was showing the allocation form, so that's where I was trying to get to. So I apologize.
You'll see all clubs, and then there's like a total balance at the bottom of the spreadsheet, and then you can't see it from here, but there are tabs for each individual organization, so you can see how everybody's, not that you have to keep an eye on what people are spending, but again, full transparency.
Dude, nursing is a debt right
Yeah,
now.
check that out sometime.
The board game club has $0.
They're not currently active, so they.
Oh, okay.
But if you go to get the allocation form, you would go to the student life and conduct page, and it'll be here at the bottom where it says forms. Then you click on it, and then this is the one I was just going to open up just to show you guys what it is. So sorry. This is how the form will look. So you're gonna have to put your organization name and then your first and last name, the best phone number to reach you. Use your student email address. Do not use your personal email address because it must be, you have to use all your student email for it, GRCC related things. The address, city, state, zip code. Then what's your position in the club? I probably have to fill it all out to press next, but from there it'll tell you like how much what your goal is, how much you're requesting, and like what you need and everything. So yeah, that's how you get the allocation from the Raider Connect. Or you can also look up it on the GRCC main page, like website, and it bring you to Raider Connect as well.
Thanks, Brendan.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything on allocations?
I mean, we have a lot of stuff to go over today, so like whenever anyone wants to throw in ideas, just do it up,
At this time, we're gonna go back to backup with our next day on the agenda.
Actually, Araceli.
Yeah, so the next thing on our agenda is our newsletter, which we just started this semester. I don't know, have you guys seen a newsletter from Student Online so far? Or you guys haven't read it? Okay, so you guys want, Becca could add you on the list. So basically our newsletter touches base on like past events we did. And our first issue sort of talked about like what we are, what we do, and like what we sort of like our goals are. To like get voices of students and how we can sort of do that. And there's more information about it, like how to be more involved, like clubs, and get more connected to resources. And so right now we're working on our second issue. And so on a newsletter from us, what would you guys like to sort of see in it? Or like hear more in it, since you guys are like, have yet to seen it, but hopefully we can actually send you the first edition so you guys can see it. And then around second week of February, we'll have our second edition so you guys can probably like see more like what our newsletters are about and stuff like that. But yeah.
I think we should ask everyone, because I didn't know what a newsletter was.
Oh,
So does everyone know what a newsletter is? Cool, all right, awesome. I did it. I guess I'm the
Well, yeah, we had this newsletter send out, should have gone to all student emails, but, it was like probably the second week of January, and so it's basically, like Araceli already explained it, but, what we've been trying to focus on is kind of like recaps of what's going on, just to show people what's going on in student life, and, I don't know, I guess we wanted to see if you guys had any ideas for like what would you get a random email from someone you don't really know what it is about, and then like what would you want to read about? If it was about GRCC, like what would you be interested in knowing more about?
I would say the events for the upcoming week or the upcoming month or whatever.
Cool.
I would like to know if there's like any just like students who, that are like spotlight, I guess, so maybe like major accomplishments maybe from specifically students, not like all people, but just to see like what's like what they're doing, what their lives are. Maybe there's like a pretty cool alumni from university.
Like a highlight of like a spotlight, like an individual student.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
that'd
like
be
to see
cool.
that, to read about like kind of what's us, but also like from like what's going on.
for clubs, so like one idea that we sort of had going on was that like having like a sort of like a spotlight for them. Since a lot of clubs, like, they don't really do tabling as much. And that we have like a virtual audience and sometimes like we have students come in and go in our building. So like, would the clubs here, would you guys like a spotlight or like have like a little part in our newsletter, sort of talk about what you do, how people can be more involved and stuff like that, or?
I feel like if an organization wants to do that, then they can request it. I feel like because every week, I don't think, or every time they're gonna need one. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
But I like that too.
So do we have any more questions or concerns or anything else you guys would like to see in the newsletter so far?
Maybe an inspirational quote or some fun facts, just so it's like kind of fun to read and it's not just full of business. You know what I mean? So it's kind of more of a lighthearted thing as well.
And our newsletters have like, if you want to connect with us, if you guys like have any concerns or questions about like certain things, you can click on a link in there and it sort of like sends you like our information on like a page where you can contact us. And also if you would like to unsubscribe or subscribe to the forum, there's also that link in there. And yeah.
Maybe like a highlight of like a, you know, a staff, a professor here or like a certain class that's interesting, you know, that, you know, a lot of students don't necessarily dig into the catalog or like know some of the courses.
So like I said, the student alliance newsletter is brand new and it should have gone to all students. So do some digging. to
So you
see-
definitely got it and you just didn't check your email.
Or if you really didn't, could you let us know? Because maybe we should follow up.
I think it's sent out like January 13th, so if anyone actually does go and dig to see if they got it and they didn't get it, then please let us know.
Yeah, so if you have any ideas, like send them in.
Cool. I mean, we only do one like once a month from here on out, just because we have a lot of things to do and it's it's hard to write a newsletter. It's hard to do that. It's, or probably wouldn't be for you, but that's why when he was like, does everybody know what a newsletter is? I'm just like, don't say it. Don't say it. I think it did get it. It's the Welcome Back to Student Alliance, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, nice.
I did read it, actually.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out about this too.
Yeah, I read it and I was like, oh my God, this is it. But, oh, January 12th. That's a day.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's us.
I just get so many emails that I just,
Right. It's hard to go through.
some of them, they're just like from the school and it's not like collegiate or class canceled or anything like that. I just kind of.
Yeah.
I know that, sorry, student, is it Student Navigate?
Oh, yeah, there's Navigate.
I know that's a tool, but I've never actually used it or really knew what it was about until like today. So I think, I would like to see more participation in town hall meetings. And I didn't even, but like, when I was on Instagram, right? But I didn't know like that we were gonna vote on like something like for like $10,000. That's a pretty cool opportunity. That's kind of what interests me. Maybe not the whole population at GRC, but I would like to hear more voices here so we could publicize that more. Because I didn't know we were gonna have votes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just make it more of like an impactful, meaningful meeting.
Yeah, and kind of like present that beforehand so people know like what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it. Thank you.
And so that's all for the newsletter, unless there's any more questions or concerns or anything, or you guys want to add anything to our next edition, see how that works out. But we're working on it. We're having, hopefully we'll have it done for the second week. The next is Louis. Your turn.
It's my turn. I need to perform now. Yeah, so just like going back to some of the things that Becca was talking about earlier, it's just like our focus in sort of trying to focus more on the students and sort of like what do students want, what do students need. Just like getting into the head of the student, even though we are students, so we are in the head of the students. But sort of just asking questions to sort of like public and trying to hear back from students. So one of the questions that sort of I came up with to sort of see what students are doing is like, what are you guys doing outside of school?
Louis, sorry, this tech on the ground.
Okay. You're both like making eye contact, like, is he going to?
You were stepping on your laptop and then I saw the camera next.
Oh, it's cool. It's
Okay,
cool.
it's cool.
Okay.
We're cool.
But yeah, like just one of the things you want to know is just like, what are you guys doing? Like, what kind of things are you guys doing outside of school that's like interesting and that you're like, oh yeah, I love doing this.
So sorry.
So,
Don't be sorry. No, I'm laughing about stuff outside of school that's fun.
so you're doing some crazy
Yeah.
shit.
I'm working.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're not working and when you're not at school and not sleeping
And not doing homework.
and not making dinner?
I mean, we can have like sleepovers.
Contemplating my existence.
Oh.
Nice.
Play video games. That's what happens when you're old. That's good practice, I think, kind of.
What's your
Unless it goes
name?
longer. Maddie.
Maddie was saying something. Would you say that?
Oh, I know, I just said playing video games for way too much time. but-
What video games are you playing?
Minecraft.
Oh,
Yes.
Those
updates.
Skyrim, I think. it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Detail.
Any of them.
Cool, 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 cool. Come on, I know other people are doing things, unless you're just like existing in this bubble of GCC.
I do have like a suggestion, I guess, kind of maybe for the newsletter, sorry, this
Yeah.
is going back to it, but, like, maybe advertising things that are relatively cheap or free that students can do, like downtown, just like around here, like ice skating is a thing, stuff like that, I guess.
So back to that question, do you guys know that, the student life, we have a program called the Go See GR program? Have you guys ever heard of that?
I've heard about it.
Is that what the like the museum discounts?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's, well, it's free. Yeah,
It's free.
Yeah, you get to get in.
You
And
get a
that's-
rate card.
Nice.
Yeah, but we have that, just to throw it out there, so if you guys want to like go to the zoo for free, we have the art museum, the public museum, the children's museum. But yeah,
The zoo
the zoo.
and the Gerald R. Ford Museum.
I like that idea though, because like, I feel like everyone at CC is just trying to save money, so it'd be smart
Give them
too.
an opportunity to spend all
And there's so much to see and do around town that is free. So yeah, let's talk about that. Like, so you can stay a while and like you drive to the city. So like before you go, like experience it while you're here. Yeah, I like that.
I know that the Rosa Parks Circle ice skating is really cheap, but it's not going on now.
Yeah.
But I think that they moved it somewhere. I think they moved it to Van Andel. I'm not, yeah.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
Very cool idea. All right, anyone else do things outside of school?
To answer your question, I would say, like, I just got out of high school
Uh-huh.
and then did some training for the National Guard. So I haven't really been doing too much, but in high school, I did do a lot of like extracurriculars. So things like this really interest me.
Cool, 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 cool. Are you involved in any like organizations or anything on campus?
Recently been trying to do internet, that's what I Molly ran, something like internet.
Have you,
Foreign Affairs Club here?
Yeah, with Professor St. Clair.
yeah.
Did you go to the meeting yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah. I'll be doing,
Yeah.
Arab League this semester.
Yep.
And then they do Model UN in, the fall. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely check that out. We'll be there.
Yeah, we were just in the other meeting.
Yeah, sure.
So if you want to like join
Uh,
clubs, you can just click the join button on Raider Connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to join Model UN.
It's, yeah, if you're interested in like world politics and stuff like that, it's a really cool club.
Yeah, so for joining the student orgs, you can like join them, but also then there's always like a primary contact, and you should always like contact them
Yeah.
with that. But I was wondering, so are you guys both in the Foreign Affairs Club?
Yes.
And then you went to their meeting? So like, what do you guys do and all, like, what do you guys do? I'm just curious.
Well, last semester, we were pretty much every meeting working up to the conference that we went to in Chicago. So just a lot of prep for that, but when we're not prepping for that, just kind of, we didn't meet afterwards because we were kind of done, but now we're prepping for Arab League, which is in February, so.
That's sweet. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
We should probably also like acknowledge the people that are. Should I go?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, if you guys have anything to add, or if you guys have an answer to my question, let us know. Virtually.
Amanda, I know you've got something to share.
I think going for a nature walk after a long day, I think it's something very refreshing. Just, I don't know, whatever you have in mind, just gather anybody is available and just go for a nature walk. I think it's, I don't know, that's what comes in my mind. Besides doing school or work or sleep or studying.
Thanks.
So you could
I love
probably
being
highlight
outside.
like the Kent County trails and whatnot. just in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know there's quite a few that are paved, and then I know that there's some more, left alone that are for like mountain biking and, yeah. That's a good thing to have.
I actually just thought of something. Last month, back in November, I went to speak in front of the Michigan Redistricting Committee, who they were holding public forums, asking for citizens' input on the redistricting process where they draw new maps for elections. So that was really cool. We got to speak in front of them and, talk about the maps that they were proposing, so.
Are you involved with any like organizations outside of school or like nonprofits or things like that?
Well, we've just started our, club here at YDSA. So I'm a member of the Grand Rapids chapter of DSA, Democratic Socialists of America. So, I'm part of that.
I just wanted to say something. So I gotta leave at 3. So I was wondering if I could end up speaking about what we talked about earlier. Something that a lot of students need, at least I believe, because I know there's a lot. So basically, I'm a Muslim, and basically we have set times to pray, but there is no prayer room. And there's nowhere to pray necessarily. Yes, you can pray anywhere, but a lot of people don't feel safe doing it, or they don't want to go do it in the middle of the hallway, or they don't want to go do it in front of classrooms because we don't want to distract other people. That's not what we're trying to do, but it can be distracting for other people. So I was wondering if we could start a prayer room or something along those lines, so we can be safe. And then upon those things, because we do have those set times to pray,
Yeah.
and some people at school sometimes skip it, and then they gotta make it up, and making it up sucks. I've made up prayer before for like a whole week due to me, obviously for him, I couldn't really pray, but, so I spent like over 4 hours just praying at one point in time, and it sucks, and it hurts. I don't like to make up prayer. I'd rather do it at the set time like we're supposed to. So if we have a safe place for it, it would be easier for a lot of other people to actually go do it. I know people have like Bible studies, but we don't have a prayer room to just go pray at. We can even do it for the other religions as well, not just for us.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Just to, just to probably more, so are there like the things like booth work, like do booths work for you guys?
Sorry, what?
Booths?
Booth? No, we pray on the ground. So
Oh,
we
yeah, no, I mean, there's a
mean
ground on
booths?
the booth, but like, I mean, like a close sort of box.
We kind of prefer
does that have to
a
be
room,
like an
but we
open
could do
room?
that. We could do that, but I prefer a room where I think other people would feel like safer with the door shut, because we're not looking around when we pray,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
look towards where we prostrate.
Okay. Cool.
And because of that, we can't watch what's around us half the time.
Cool.
Morgan has something to say on this topic, so we're gonna turn over to Morgan very quick.
Cool.
Hi, so when I was a student, which was not too long ago, but pre-pandemic, one of the things that was an initiative was a prayer room being set up in our library and learning commons. I don't know if it's in the commons area or if there's I believe there is a dedicated space for it. And I believe that went through. I'm not sure if it is still there, but that was something that we did have previously. And I remember people being very appreciative of it, and it was utilized quite often before everything shut down. So again, I'm not sure if it's still there, but that may be there and be an option.
Asked, but I feel like one should be in the RJF or the COCOL, at least one of them, because that's where majority of the classes are. Because some people might have to leave class to go pray or whatever. At least one in this building and maybe one somewhere else just in case. I had to go pray on the 3rd floor before I came here because I'm like, there's nowhere to go pray. So.
And then, like, is it something that we can sort of work out where we reserve a room for like this, like 3 hours, this room is reserved for this? Like, is that something that you think works?
It's not like we have 3 hours to pray. We
Yeah,
have
no, I mean,
certain
like
times
for
to-
us, if we
Oh, for
reserve
us?
a room for you and for
Oh.
anyone that wants to pray for 3
Yeah.
hours, is that something that works? Because like, say it's a room that has classes in, but then we can reserve it for a certain amount of time afterwards. Like, is that something that?
It has to be between these certain times.
Okay.
Like for this month specifically, I had to pray at 12:55, and then the next one's at 3:21, and the next one's at like 5 something. I don't really exactly know the times off my head, but there are specific times. And we have, in between the 2 prayers, we have that time to pray that specific prayer. So it's not like you can just reserve a room for 3 hours. We need more than that 3-hour mark.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, I get. what
I'm
you're
sorry, I just
saying.
don't understand them.
Yeah, no, it's hard to explain. Is it gonna be okay, like if different rooms have different time slots, you think?
Yeah, that's fine, as
Okay.
long as we like post about it.
Okay, cool.
So other people
Yeah.
are aware of that's the room we need to be in,
Yeah.
or because that would be the only room that's open.
Yeah, just the reason that I bring that up is just because like, we might not be able to get a room for like a whole day room kind of thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Unless maybe we go back to what Morgan was saying earlier and we see what that opportunity was and try
Yeah.
to see if we can sort of get that open up again.
Yeah.
I like
It
what
would
you're
be
saying
easier.
about multiple locations only for convenience, so we can do these things in between and not have to go all over campus and then return to the, your class.
Yeah,
I think
And
that-
it's something we can explore. There are plenty of vacant classrooms that we can explore options in each building. But I'd love to chat details and we can capture some of that together.
Yeah, I have no problem praying anywhere. It's just more or less for the other people and the other students who want to feel safer about it.
Sure, but also to give it the time and space that it deserves.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
great. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder who we'd have to get in contact with to like do that, but I feel like there's gotta be rooms around here that just aren't being
Some people
used.
say that, a study room, I was told to use a study room,
Yeah.
or just an empty classroom at that moment.
Right.
It doesn't take long for a prayers,
Okay.
unless you want to make up your prayers, that obviously takes a lot longer.
So
But
do
for the
study rooms
initial
work?
time, it takes 10 minutes.
Okay, so do study
10 to
rooms
20
work?
minutes.
Does that work, do you think?
Huh?
Do study rooms work, or do we need to have a set space, do you think?
Well, preferably no tables, obviously, or would have to move the tables.
Yeah.
As long as we have room on the ground to do it, and if we can have multiple people do it.
Yeah.
Because there might be more than one person coming up.
Right.
You
Yeah,
never know.
definitely.
Yeah. I think
So
that'd be
an
really
open space of ground.
Okay.
Cool, cool.
Murray might be a good person to contact about that.
Yeah, I
Because
think
I feel like he would be in.
he would be totally in, I think, and he'd be able to help us work that out, but I think it'd be nice to have like a space.
It would be
for that.
great to kind of have a room by a bathroom though,
Okay,
Okay.
because we have to make voodoo, and then we'd have to like go travel. That doesn't necessarily have to be, but it's kind of nice to have one.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, kind of along that line, because we have this little guy,
I know.
is there any space on campus for like mothers who need to pump or nurse?
I think there are a few
Yes.
designated areas.
Okay.
Yep.
And I
That
also
isn't like a restroom?
want to do in the restroom.
You know, I can't say off the top of my head, I haven't even like considered what those spaces are or have looked for them to know. But if that's something we want to make more
I'm not
visible.
one personally, but like,
Sure,
I feel
but-
like it's important,
Yeah,
like especially if we're going to, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain is not working. Respect and also give space to people who need prayer rooms regardless of religion. I feel like, giving women the space that they need to be able to pump and or breastfeed.
Yeah.
Like if they have their children with them, like, and it not being in a bathroom.
Well, technically, the school does have a no child policy, but he's too young to go to daycare. At this point, he's like 6 weeks. So he can't really go, and so he has to be with me. I had to stop pumping and dry up my milk because I had to go to school. I wasn't able to pump nor breastfeed in a safe place.
Yeah.
So I had to stop doing it. So
But for some mothers, their
Some
kids
they do.
are old enough and they have to pump during the day,
Mhm.
even if they're here. And like, we
Yeah.
can't ask, like, I personally would be uncomfortable having to do that in a restroom. Or like having to go sit out in my car if that.
Or
if
do it
they
in
can-
the classroom. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
Yeah,
So that's why I stopped. So.
yeah.
yeah, so you did come into the office, so I've had some time to think about that, so I've got some context in mind already, we can have a follow-up, for sure. We'll be in touch because we want to capture everything on your mind about that.
Yeah, so that's like my biggest thing is to start an organization
Yeah.
to pray, especially for Islam. Preferably not with the other religions in that same room, but if needed, I guess it is. with theirs.
Sure.
I don't have a preference, but maybe other ones do. I don't know. Just kind of that respect.
Yeah.
I gotta get going.
Thank you, I'm glad you made it and were able to voice that.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry for him screaming.
Oh,
He's so
good.
cute. It's totally okay.
Thanks for coming.
He's been great.
Yeah, except when I dropped the bottle on his face.
That was
That was
a
a
legit
heck
reason
reason.
to scream.
Yes, but like, I wasn't meant to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love that you like had so much to say. And
That's exactly what we want to hear.
yeah.
Well, I just like I looked on Raider Connect originally and I could not find one. And I kept looking everything up and then I eventually went to the student office, like, do you guys have them? And then they don't. And they're like, oh, you should go to the town hall meetings. I'm like, what? And then I looked it up and it's today and I'm like, yes. Like, perfect. And so that's why I'm here. I will come to the next one. So,
Well, I don't know if anyone else wants to share anything. Oh, you can do that.
Also, we had favors outside, so if you want any snacks or drinks, just help yourself.
thank you.
Does anyone else want to say anything on their mind right now, or we can move on to a different topic?
I think. Yeah, I think everyone-
Brendan, you're up next. You're muted.
I pressed unmute, but whatever, technology, you know. So I just want to see how it is coming back to campus to you guys. Like, how are you guys feeling? And overall, like, just checking in with you guys, like, how things are going, like, on campus, off campus, like, in general, like, how's your semester starting off?
Well, I'll speak first. I've been online for like 4 semesters, or I don't know, maybe 3 semesters or something, and it was really difficult for me to adjust to in-person again. I mean, yeah, it was difficult. I'm still hybrid, but like I have a 3-hour long class. I can't remember the last time I was that close to falling asleep in class. But yeah, it's hard, especially when you know, have a little social anxiety and they're asking you for dumb icebreakers.
Oh, those
Like
are the worst.
the dumbest
Yeah.
icebreakers ever. Like, my teacher asked us to come up with like an acronym for our, that is with her name. So like, my name's Becca, so I had to come up with like a sentence.
And I have 9 letters.
Oh, difficult. And I didn't even understand the directions. There was a whole other part where you had to say, I don't know, things that you are. So you had to say, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. Like everyone in this classroom is. What class is this for? It's for international business with Professor Alice.
Okay,
He likes to talk a lot.
just wanted to know.
Oh, Oh, God, I didn't mean to like out him or say anything bad. He knows what he's doing. He knows a lot about the government and whatnot, and not the government, but like the whole world. He knows a lot about politics and whatnot and business, and I highly doubt he's saying he didn't like his icebreaker is gonna hurt his ego. I don't know about that. He really likes to talk, so. Anyways, adjusting on campus. Are you guys all in person or virtual?
I'm in person.
I'm personally loving in person again, because so when I started at CC last winter, I only had 1 in-person class, and it wasn't in RJF, it was in the student center, in the like, rec room on the 2nd floor, like past Quiet Cafe.
Yeah.
So that was like my only in-person class, and then my 2 summer classes were like asynchronous, so I like barely had any contact with my professors. And then last semester, I had 1 in-person class, and it was chemistry. And it's like so nice to be on campus and to like actually be busy.
Yeah.
And like not just, now I'm waking up at sucks waking up at like 5:36 in the morning.
Yeah,
but,
I
like,
feel you.
it's so much better than like getting up 30 minutes before class and just sitting there and forcing myself to care about what is being said.
Yeah.
Whereas like now I'm excited to get up, I'm excited to be here, like I get to meet people and, you know, do things that I enjoy, like I'm in French this semester, and 2nd semester of journalism, I'm in the honors program, I'm doing editing for the collegiate, like I'm loving it. So I love being in person, even if we have to wear these all day, that's okay.
I'm on your page.
Oh,
Glad to be
yeah.
back. Yeah, just glad to be back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like being on campus, but there's some struggles, but still, I mean, but you learn so much more when you're in person. I feel like.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes for me to motivate myself to do the online material, especially if like the professor's not very communicative, you know,
Yeah.
it kind of makes it way harder.
Yeah, the adjustment for some professors from going in person to online is really hard. That happened to me mid-semester last year, I think. I don't know, but it was interesting. Some professors are not very tech savvy, so they're just.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You guys hear me?
I have a question for all of you then. Do you guys prefer virtual, online, or in person? Just wondering. like virtual, like hybrid, online or in person? What? If you had to choose one,
You cut out at the end. I think you were moving your computer and that's why.
no, just I have really crappy internet. But I said, if you had to choose hybrid, online or in person, what would you choose? I'm just wanted to see like what one are you guys in favor with?
Say in person or the online, depending on the class, like, there's some classes that you're going into it knowing that you already know a lot of the stuff that's going on. It's not gonna be very challenging, and I like to do that stuff virtually because, I don't know, you can get through it a lot quicker and on your own. You don't really need to be sitting in a classroom for 3 hours a week, learning about stuff that you could just learn in like 1 hour because you're already there. But definitely prefer in person, you know.
Cool.
I
No.
like visual during winter, so I don't have to drive in the snow. But like in a nice weather, I have weather to go on campus. But yeah.
That's a good point. Welcome to Michigan.
I don't feel that because I live an hour away and I have a class at 7:45. So that's driving in the winter especially, and then getting up that early is.
Did you drive during the storm?
Which one?
Like a few weeks ago,
It was
the beginning
It
of
was
January.
crazy.
Probably.
I don't
Oh
know.
man, you didn't even remember.
I feel like that was done before classes started.
Yeah.
That was,
But
right
there's
before
a lot of
before
snow.
class. Because that was the
But
week
yeah.
I didn't have hot water for 92 hours.
Oh,
That was really bad.
too long.
And we lost power. Short hair and dry shampoos for. And hats. And hats. Yeah. Maya said she prefers in-person classes.
Is someone on the chat?
Yeah, I just happened to see it pop up. You have good eyes. I need stronger glasses.
Is there, I just wondering, is there a payment that we can just pay only once? And then like parking, like you don't have to add any like more deposit for the year, like it just programs the rated card that you already, like you pay for the year. These
Well,
ones-
I think I know what you're saying, like, you can deposit money onto your Raider card, like a bulk amount, and it'll sit there for the whole year, but I don't think there's like a way for it to like, I don't think there's a way to have like money on the Raider Connect card that would just be paying for parking. I think it would take it out of the account every time you go to park.
I thought you meant like a plan, like a yearly plan or like a semester
Oh,
plan.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they have that. I think it's just daily. But I know that you can do a transfer to a Raider card for up to, or a one-time transfer for up to like $200. And like honestly, when, I don't know if anybody else got it, but the vaccine incentive, like that's been on my Raider card since, I want to say November. And I had that one class on campus last semester, and I'm on campus 3 to 4 times a week this semester. Right, so, but it only charges you once. I found that out yesterday. It's only $350. You can come in and out of the parking ramps as many times as you want. It's only $350 per day, which is nice.
I didn't know that till this semester, actually, because it was all, it always says per exit, so I have always thought it's every time you leave, it's
Per
like.
day. Yeah, I also thought that before. Yeah, but yeah, that's very nice.
It used to be that way.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
And then people brought it up to Student Alliance, and then they were able to make a change to once a day, no matter how many times you come and go. 'Cause people would go home in between classes or go grab lunch or, you know, like, and not want to have to just.
Or you just have class in Stephen Hall or something.
Yeah.
Same
Because there's only
thing.
one shuttle this semester and last. So.
It's only one shuttle.
Yeah, because last semester I had a class at Sneed that was 15 minutes before class here, so I was always like 5 minutes late to my second class.
Yeah.
I worked out with my professor, but
Yeah,
I didn't know that it only was.
it's somehow the like online center will allow you to book that class, even though like it should be
Yeah.
more mindful of the time. It's just not that smart.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, previous semesters there was 2, so it was.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
didn't
it's
know
a little bit easier, but.
that. Gotcha.
And I do have like sort of like a suggestion with the parking. This is something that we were talking about the other day. Would there ever be a way to maybe, like she said, put like one payment, like or like a payment sort of plan, but tie it in with your tuition? Like, would that ever be possible? You know what I mean? Like your parking include with tuition instead of paying every
Because we were
exit.
just thinking it's kind of a financial burden on us. It's to have to pay every single day when they come to class, but you know.
Because if you're somebody that's receiving financial aid, that might be really.
Well, there is like a month after financial aid is like completed, you usually get disbursements and you can take those disbursements and if they're directly deposited into your bank account, which is what most people do, you can then link your bank account through the student link on your online center and then you can transfer that money.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know about that. I just
Yeah.
think for some people, you know, that money might be like rent, you know, or
Right.
something. And the 350, I think if you have classes every day, can pile up after a while. And it's just like another expense, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
could
we'll
explain-
definitely like talk about it and then like see, because basically like we have these ideas and it's like, it's just like, who do we talk to? And then like, is it possible?
Yeah,
And so we just have to find who that person is and then ask them and then like work towards what that solution looks like.
yeah.
Because like even like another thing might be like, maybe we can't do that. But then maybe for the students who are in need, maybe we have like a monthly, like maybe we have like a monthly pass where it's like, hey, here's a pass. You can use it for this month for like, you know.
And that could be a good idea.
So there are like, maybe we aren't able to do that, but we'll try to find a way to sort of address those concerns.
Or maybe we did like kind of along those lines, think of like a program like how we have like the food pantry and like mental health services and stuff that's free for students that are struggling. Maybe we could tie something in like that, where like if they're financially struggling and they're not able to pay for parking, maybe they could get like, you know, a monthly payment or parking card that they can use to get in at least for like the first month or so, and then maybe, or even do it like how the food pantry does, where you do the form each semester, and then you could get a parking pass for that semester.
Yeah, because I mean, we have those funds. So I think those funds are a good opportunity to like, okay, what are the needs of students? And then let's use these funds to help. those
Yeah.
things. So,
Yeah. The fund was just like an estimated total of what parking would be for a week. Just like add it onto your Raider card, you know.
Yeah.
But just for, you know, like if you apply for it.
That would be, I like that idea. I feel like that was a really good way to like try to implement it, just gotta.
Yeah, because I feel like we have a lot of, GRCC has a lot of like free student resources, like food pantry, there's the low cost child center. I don't know if you guys know about that, but literally for, I think it's 2 days a week for the entire semester, it's like $140, which is like a steal for childcare. And then, like, I think it's a little bit more if you do 3 days a week. But then there's like, you know, emergency housing, there's emergency funding, like there's all these different free services that are offered to GRCC students. And I feel like parking would be a really good one.
That's really true.
I think one thing, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but they are Ellis parking ramps, so people think that they're GRCC ramps, but they're not. So like funding would have to come from somewhere so that we could still utilize it as a student parking ramp, but to your point, like having it be more approachable for students.
Yes. Or at least if it was like, if we couldn't, for some reason, like do like a semester pass, maybe like a reduced price for students who are in financial hardship.
Well, we'll explore it.
Cool. I think we're good for that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Louis, it's your turn.
Yeah, that was 10. So I mean, this part kind of sort of touches on the things that I already kind of touched on. But yeah, I mean, this time Becca's gonna be asking the question, and then I'm just sort of introducing it like, it's basically the same thing I said earlier, but we just want to hear more about students and sort of figure out what their needs were. And I think you guys have done so well at like bringing up these ideas, which are so cool. And so you guys have kind of already naturally been doing this, and now we're actually gonna like officially sort of ask those questions. So Becca.
Yeah, I mean, we've already been talking about it like this whole time, which has been a great conversation, but like thinking of like a student-wide perspective, or you could think of like individually too, if you think it would affect other students, but what do you think are needs that are not being met? I mean, we talked about the transportation and parking, but
I think a lot of students don't know necessarily that these free resources are out there. So I
Yeah.
think maybe that's one thing.
that's true. It's hard to get them out there more, but because like social media hasn't really been very effective for us at least.
Mhm.
And it's on the GRCC webpage, but I wonder if like, I don't know, maybe that's something like we include in our newsletter that's going out student-wide. Hopefully people will read it and see that.
Or maybe some posters up around campus. too.
Posters, yeah.
Yeah, I know there's some posters in the student center. But like at the same time, there's also, I think we need to do our part as students and like people in these student organizations to like remove the stigma of that, because there's a lot of people who are afraid to ask for help.
Mhm.
And like I fell on financial hardship last year and I had to ask for emergency funding from GRCC, and like without like education, they sent me money. I was able to get back on my feet, and like I'm still here, still doing the studies today. And I don't think a lot of people realize just
I didn't even know that was a thing. before you
how
brought it up.
helpful it
Yeah.
can be. Yeah.
It was amazing. Like destigmatizing it is a good idea. I mean, I noticed in the student center, there was a bunch of like bread items, like out on the bench. And there's just like a paper sign that says, take it your own risk.
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty funny, but I think like an official table with like a sign that says like food pantry, like free, you know, would make it a little bit nicer than take it your own risk.
Yeah. I think we
That's,
had like a vendor table set up. What was that?
I see like the boxes, like.
Yeah, so like next to the bench, there was like a table like set up yesterday or the day before, and there was like a couple people sitting there. And I think they were just putting together like little food bags for people who would walk up and need them. But like the food pantry is actually like in the student life office, and then you just come in there and they're like, hey, like I submitted a form, I'm here for the food pantry, and you can go, or students can go once a week, up to once a week. And then they take you back and they give you bags, and like there's limits on all of the items in there. Well, not all of them, some of them don't have limits, but
Yeah, more advertising.
Yeah, I feel like posters could do some real justice.
That's something we heard even last semester. We were a little understaffed, still are, so it's on our radar, so maybe we'll just put it a little higher up.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
instead of like, because I know there's cork boards, like sometimes in the hallways and sometimes in the student center, there's like cork boards with like job postings and stuff like that. But what if we got like the plexiglass, like and metal framed thing, or like frames for like inside the elevators? Because I know that like there's different hotels and stuff like that, and they have, or even in restrooms, they have it like on the back of the stall door, like
Yeah.
we could do that.
And there's nothing to do, so.
Yeah.
Can I talk about that? So we actually used to have, it went away in like 2017. It was called the Stall Street Journal. And it was literally every week new things were put in, which is why you might in some of the older restrooms see those plastic things on the doors on the stalls. They just did not have enough people to continue to run that, but it was advertisement for upcoming meetings and events and all that kind of stuff. And it was awesome. I always looked at those. So it is definitely a possibility from what we've done before.
Start that up again.
Morgan, I missed that too.
That'd be awesome. I mean, you go to the bathroom and
If you don't have your phone, what are you doing?
Yeah, and probably even before you go on your phone, you just, you'll see it.
Especially if it's like.
And it's like, what else are you gonna do? You're gonna
Honestly,
read
that's
it.
how I learned about Raider Connect, because there was a Raider Connect one in the third floor bathroom in the student center.
Yeah.
And I think something that would be good to, like, if that were to come into fruition, even just putting QR codes that link directly to social media for the different student orgs or events, that would be super helpful, because I would rather sit on my phone sometimes, and if I can just scan it and have it for later, that's like a huge bonus.
So to add some feedback to that, so today I talked to Ashley, and we're actually in the progress of setting up bulletin boards and posters about different resources for students. And so hopefully we'll probably have that running and going somewhere like next month. And one of them will probably be more interactive than the other one, but hopefully you guys can give me some feedback on that and look forward to it. So you have been heard.
And for everybody who's in person at least, well, actually every student, I think every syllabus is required to have get help information on it.
Yep.
Wherever they place it is, that might vary.
Yeah.
But also every classroom, at the front of the classroom on the board, there should be a get help banner. So we heard different things from students like, oh, I thought that was like IT related, like techie stuff, and other people just not knowing what it is, but like, explore that, like get to know the website, because there are a lot of options, and then you can speak to it if you're hearing needs from some of your peers or just for yourselves. And I think a lot of the staff anymore is trying to, yes, destigmatize, but also to say like, asking for help is the hardest part. We're not trying to make it any more difficult to like get the support you need, whatever it is. So it's not just tech stuff. It's just anything that relates to life. Yeah.
Okay, so an idea just came to me. So I don't know, like, yeah, teachers, like, they might not know about it, they might just briefly go over it, because it's in their syllabus, they probably won't go more into detail about it. One thing that I did wanted to do for this semester was like figure out the class schedules and probably pop it and sort of like give like a brief 5 or like 3-minute sort of talk about like what the get help page is for, like what we offer, like the financial resources, the food pantry, and like, yeah, stuff like that. And so I don't know, would you guys feel more comfortable? Would you guys even want to hear someone talk about that? Because like, yeah, you can hear from the professors, but I feel like it'll have more of an impact coming from like a student, like your age, or like someone like you can communicate more with.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna mention that I enjoyed hearing like a testimony, I'm not sure your name, about the, sorry, what's your name? Ellie, about the fund. Like, I don't know, it was super accessible. I thought maybe they were gonna like be really intruding or want like some backup evidence. But yeah, definitely I would like to hear like more testimonies of like what the services do.
Yeah, I'll say there are some rules, I don't know what the rules are in detail.
Yeah, there
about-
are specific, like requirements that you have to, it has to actually impact your ability to come to school and to do your studies.
Oh, yeah,
So.
I was trying to speak to like who can be in the classroom
Yeah.
presenting.
Oh,
I think there's
right.
some like do's and don'ts there, but I can check in on what that looks like. Yeah.
I think one thing that that came to mind hearing some of your services, like getting resources. One of the questions that came to mind was, are there any barriers to sort of entry, if that makes sense, to getting resources? Like for you guys, have you guys ever been like, oh, I want to do this thing, but then like tried to and like had a barrier or something come up where you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Whether that's with like getting financial help or like even mental health resources or things like that. Like, are there any barriers that you guys have experienced that are like, this deterred me from getting the needs that I needed?
Honestly, I feel like GRCC is actually pretty generous when it comes to their student resources. Like even with the emergency funding, and I know that budget is probably not the biggest, and it is reserved for emergencies to where students really only need to utilize it if it's like in dire need. And even with the restrictions that they had, like obviously I fit the bill for it. But I didn't really have too much trouble like getting there, and they checked in on me. Like I completed a survey the other day, and it was like, what of these resources would you like to learn more about? And you had to choose one. There wasn't like none of the above. And so I just happened to click the mental health services because I know a little bit about it, but I've never utilized it.
Yeah.
And I got an email like the next morning that was like, hey, thanks for filling out our survey. I saw that you wanted more information on this. So like, I think that is a really good thing that they have people like checking up on that and reaching out to students who are interested in those resources and more information on them.
Does anyone else have any experiences? I know you just transferred into, and maybe you have a different perspective because you haven't touched those resources. So maybe if you can think of anything where it's like, okay, what would make it easier for you? It's like, I mean, you don't have to say anything, but if anything comes to mind. Anybody else?
I mean, when I heard you say like your idea, Araceli, yeah, I mean, I feel like that'd be really helpful. I think it'd just be helpful for anyone in general to actually talk about it when in-person classes, because often they go over the syllabus, but like, I don't know, maybe just having some kind of message go towards the professors or doing it ourselves, in some way, shape, or form, which would probably be impossible thinking about it, because like going to every single class, I mean, huh?
A PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Student Alliance put together a PowerPoint on the Get Help with like links and stuff, and yeah, we made it like, what if you guys made it like pretty short and simple, but still like thorough?
Yeah.
And maybe we would ask professors, I don't think we can require them to do it.
Yeah.
But if it's short and they're doing the syllabus on the first day anyways.
Yeah, like in my experience, not every professor goes over it in detail. They just kind of say, if you need help with anything, go here.
Yeah.
And some explain it and, say like the actual things, like food pantry, this is stuff like that.
Also, if it's a PowerPoint, you can give it to the professors, and if they want to, they could send it out to their students, and they can just have that, just in case they need
Yeah,
it.
just have it available on Blackboard or something would be good.
Yeah, I wonder if also like, apart from like our newsletter, but just like making a PowerPoint and just sending it to everyone, like, I mean, we've already.
I mean, I think it's something we could probably include in the newsletter all the time, just like at the end, like, hey, here's some resources or what.
Yeah, we could do that too, but I was thinking like, if it was like its own thing, like, just random, just to get it out there, or also during classes, I don't know. There are a lot of ways that you could try to get the message across that, hey, this is really accessible. This is something that GRCC is generous about, and if you qualify, you're getting it, like.
Has there been like an event where, you can advertise that it's just like somebody talking about it, but it's something you can go to? Or do you think that people wouldn't go?
I don't know. So we had one like that last semester. It was a Get Help event. But we only had like a few people who showed, and it's kind of hard to get the word out about events. I mean, because it's like either people go on Raider Connect or they don't, and then if I don't know, yeah, it'd be worth it probably though to have another event. Like our speaker was really, really great and had so much information about Get Help, and yeah, there might be some people who are interested in it if we, prepare for it and get the word out about it. Yeah.
You could probably set up an event for that.
Yeah, we could.
Previously, if I can, we had a mental health fair a few years ago, is how I'm going to describe it. Now, we had multiple facets of the college tabling about the different resources that they have on campus, but then we also had invited community partners as well. like resources within the Grand Rapids area, and they came and tabled. I think there was a total of like 30 to 40 tables there, and they had over 100 students come through that specifically for it, and even more came through because they had it in a general area. And it was incredibly successful. Like there were so many students, they did a whole feedback form that directly got their information from that fair. So I think that would be a very good idea. But again, with the whole idea of advertising it, it should be advertising months in advance in honesty for it. So,
You know
yeah.
who put that event on? Do you know who put it on?
So that was put out, there was a previous CAP, College Action Group that was the SAMHSA grant, and it was focused on mental health and was part of like Be Nice and that sort of thing. The coordinator for that no longer is here, which was Hilda, but my co-advisor Lene Selberg was also part of that, and I'm sure I could get some more information with her and we can send information on that over to somebody if you'd like. But
There was
yeah.
a collaborative event with Student Life and some other departments on campus, and there is talk of something like it, you know, maybe scaled to COVID safety, you know, people are cautious these days. Something for March, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. So we'll definitely be exploring that, and we'll be in touch with you, Morgan.
Hey, where did the tabling happen? Do you know? Do you remember?
Where?
Where, yeah.
I believe it was on either on the 3rd floor of the student center or in the Raider Grill. I think it was supposed to be in the Raider Grill, and then it happened on the 3rd floor for student eating purposes. But yeah.
Well, it's 3:30, I think. Yeah, and so, yeah, we're just happy that you guys came and that we actually got a lot more feedback than we usually get, which is, oh. thank
Way
you.
more than we ever have
Well, I can't
gotten.
even believe. But yeah, we're just happy that you guys came out, expressed your ideas, and we wrote down a list, and hopefully we can probably have some getting started or have some accomplished by the end of the year. And so, yeah, we all invite you guys to our next town hall meeting next month. In the works, so look forward to that.
Not sure what we're doing, but it might be different from this, but yeah, obviously, we're always open, you can always communicate with us. If you were to look at Student Alliance on the GRCC page, you can find all of our emails on there if you want to contact us.
And I know one thing for sure, Dr. Pink will be joining for the first half of our meeting in February, so.
Yeah, Dr. Pink is the president of GRCC, so he'll be doing some Q&As. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring a friend next time.
Yeah.
This has been great, guys. And we're not necessarily kicking you guys out. Like, if you want to talk about something more that we have brought up, like, we're open to that. But yeah, just want to respect your time. Everyone's.
Yeah. Also, we brought favors or like for you guys to enjoy. Thank you for coming. We got chips, granola, raisins, water, and drinks. So please help yourself.
Thanks, yeah, it was a good meeting.
Thanks for coming,
Yeah.
you guys.
I like that you guys have this. So that's
It's awesome. We try to be as prepared as we can.
Yeah, well, you guys did a great job.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
You should send it to me once it.